called for nonviolence in hip hop, and you did something very impressive when you were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. In your speech, you said, "I've never been shot, I've never been arrested, I can't change things by myself. We need everybody's help. So let's do this and get this thing done." What will it take to change the behavior of the music industry?
I think the main thing it needs is that it need to grow up. I mean, for years, you got guys, and it's not only the rappers, but the record companies, radio stations, people that play videos, and they trying to promote this image of the guy that's from the street that, if you want to say he turned his life around and he did music, you could say that. You can say anything you want to about it. But, growing up in the hood is a lot more to it than that. And there's a lot more, that if you're going to expose something about coming from the ghetto, then that's not the thing that you expose, because it actually made the bottom part of the ghetto the only part of the ghetto that people want to be like. Like if you ask the average kid, and this is, it's almost like his mental conditioning. When you promoting this story, okay, at 50 Cent, he's from the hood, he used to sell crack. Jay-Z's from the hood, he used to sell crack. Baby, sell crack. So when you promote that, then that gives the average person from the streets the idea that that selling dope has some kind of redeeming qualities, and it don't. You know what I mean? Like you could do it or you could don't do it. Or you could make money off it or not make money off it. But if you look around and see what happens, in the midst of all of this, people, selling dope and what it does to society, it makes everything a shambles. It's like, 20 people get shot in Chicago and nobody from Chicago even says it's wrong. It's like, everybody's like, everybody taking like, hey, if an old lady gets shot, or a blind man get killed together, and then they interview somebody, yeah, well, where's the ghetto? That's how it is. That's not how it is. It ain't supposed to be that way. And it seemed like, like all this street cred thing, it's like that's the things that a lot of people from the hood, they hold that more important. It's like, stop snitching. Like if I see you in front of my house selling dope, I shouldn't tell on you. But, and then if you just so happen to shoot somebody by accident, then that's all good because you was trying to survive. You see what I'm saying? It made it so that, I mean, even for me, and I don't know if people understand how I explain this. It's like throughout the struggle of black people trying to get equal rights, and hip hop became a part of that struggle because it gave people a voice. There was a lot of influential people that that we had to work our way up to, so we could better ourselves by being on the same level with white America. So then you have to look up. And it worked. They did a great job, doing that. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and, even Al Sharpton, no matter how you feel about them, it worked because they gave us a buffer zone so that we could evolve to, being a part of white America. But the thing that never happened was they never made the separation from a do-nothing black person to a black person that's going to strive. So now the definition of a black man is some lowlife. And that's the part that, like all the people that's involved in hip hop, they should do more to change it. Because, Russell, Puffy, Jay-Z, all them dudes come from the hood. Anybody that ever did hip hop, they come from some hood. And in that hood that they come from, is some dudes in that hood that, they really are the definition of what being from the hood is. And they really not the definition. That's like saying poor white trash is the definition for white America. They know who they are. They live in a trailer park. Now stay over there. You see what I'm saying? Now our thing is like, nobody is trying to put them in their places. Like, listen, my man, listen, nigga, however you gonna put it, whatever it is that you doing, you keep that away from us because you're a lowlife. And that's why with that whole, for me saying that, and that's my attitude, anytime I do an interview or, that's my attitude about life in general. I'm not gonna be, I work all this time, and not even my work, even, you know, Martin Luther King, his work, the first person that helped the slave escape. They did all that work for some lowlife to say, oh yeah, no, we run this. This is our, what happened to the struggle? You see what I'm saying? Like, what happened to all that? Like, a cop shoot a lowlife. Everybody in the hood is up in arms. You search. You go in there, some kid's little book bag because he acted up. Everybody's up in arms. But then when the little baby gets shot, now it's it's the hood. That's the way things are. You see what I'm saying? And for me, I don't want to be. I ain't a part of that. That ain't about what I'm about. I'm a grown man. I like to see people move forward. I don't. You see a dude standing on the corner. He ain't doing nothing. That don't do nothing for me. And it don't do nothing for the hood. It don't. It don't make me feel like, like I did something to try to better the hood just to see this brother standing out there like that, and then we going, oh yeah, well, we just trying to eat. Well, if you're going to eat, let me see you buy groceries. Other than that, you selling dope. If you sell dope, you're low life, just like all the other low life that sell dope. In the guise of music, it's like you almost get jaded from a lot of things, and hip hop kind of jaded people from a lot of things because. And especially nowadays in hip hop. See, what we was doing, we was trying to entertain. We was trying to uplift. And even if we wasn't necessarily trying to, at the end of the day, that's what it did. It uplifted. But now, see, what they trying to do is just about a money situation. So us being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and then me saying what I was saying, that was just part of an event. The event don't really mean nothing past the event because when people go home. If you could afford a plate to come to that joint, obviously you're not going to the Bronx. You see what I'm saying? You going, you know what I mean? So you got a buffer zone, so it didn't mean a lot. But see, my whole thing is I always had a strong attachment from the hood, so it didn't matter to me whether they understood what I was saying or not. That's what I thought needed to be said, and being that I knew that. That was going to be broadcasted to hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people, and that I just took the time to say that.